Okay.
If the answer is yes, you probably need life insurance. Now,
so yeah,
if life insurance is expensive,
it's taken.
if you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct
2 evenings.
We can find you a
more longer. So basically, it's taken a full day to sand the bottom of this boat. They had partially put on some kind of, looked like anti-fouling, and yeah, it was my arms are killing me. I've been sliding around on this dirt on my back, just sanding and sanding and sanding. But thank God I finally got it all. And right here they had installed some kind of sensor. I don't know what it was for. I don't know if they had at one point had a depth sounder or sonar scan or what. Pretty big thing they had under there. But I had to bust it off, and it looked like it was just siliconed on, but I do think, let's see where there was holes, so we'll clean those and put some epoxy in them. I hate holes in boat, especially below the waterline, even pinholes, screw holes, whatever. I hate it. But yeah, it's time for me to head to the shower. That was a lot of sanding. There was no point in filming me sanding and sanding and sanding, but we got that part done. Now I gotta get in there and wipe it all down and then get some paint on it. So that's where we're at for right now. So back up the button. I got some more of these little J hooks to put this thing in. I said we got the front on here. What I'm going to do is put another one here across the back. Oops. Go figure. The one place I decided to drill, I hit a screw. Which is bad for your drill bits. Those are hard on your finger. So this is where we are. We put that in there, and in each corner we've added the hooks. So now what we're going to do is push this back in here. It barely goes in there. Hook our front one back up. Yeah. And I got another one today. To the back. Man, it is freaking humid. I finished sanding that bottom yesterday, and the plan today was to paint the bottom of the boat, but we got this subtropical disturbance. It rained last night, which I wasn't expecting. It rained last night, A little bit like drizzly crap today, but we've got more of a chance of pop-up storms this afternoon, so I didn't want to paint and have it not setting well, so I went ahead and started another coop. I had a customer supposed to show up today that didn't, for like the second or third time. Holy crap. Yeah, these don't stretch at all. Not compared to that small one. Let's set this back over here. Man, it's just... You can see up in there. Sorry for all my wobbling. It literally is like an inch short. So what I'm gonna have to do, this is the piece that was in there. I'm gonna have to cut it about an inch. You can see how that's tapered where it was squeezed. That was shoved in there, and then that piece goes over the end. This piece here was shoved in there. But all that's all the way in. So with any luck now, we can shove this piece in. So that worked perfectly. As you can see on the back, getting too much of a light. We just got to tighten those clamp up, and that's back in there. We still got to hook the water up. See, this piece goes onto there, and this piece was connected to here. The reason I took that off is because this stop is, the handle fell off. Well, the handle's in here, and I was gonna go get a new one, but if you think about it, the system's not pressurized, it's a hand pump, so it's not like it's got constant hard pressure on it. It doesn't go outside. So I think we're just gonna hook it right back up. So yeah, on this, that little washer's in there. And this has got to go just like this. Because that's a backflow. It allows, that little piece of rubber membrane allows the water to go one way but not the other way. Just try it that way though. I'm gonna have to slide this whole thing out. There's water. I don't want to pull too much because it's not hooked to the drain, but it works. That's interesting. That's the original hole, an original sink, but it barely gets down on there, does it? Okay. So, this is my idea for that face on that thing. I cut that out, but as you can see, I screwed up on that corner. But the good thing is that is the bottom side. But what I'm gonna have to do is take it up there and fit it in, and then try to make it look good. Alright. So, it's too hot to work in the shop. So we're gonna do a little work up here today. I got to thinking, I ran into an interesting problem here. I built this to go here. The problem I have is that I wanted to screw this from the back side so you wouldn't see the screw holes here. But with the sink in and everything, if I screw this from the inside, I have no way to screw the countertop back down. So there's screws all along that edge. And these I can get to from the side compartment. So yeah, I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I can't even get the strap. No, I lost the strap. It is. Yeah, because I can't even get this to go across without having the leverage from the top. I think. Hard to film this. I drilled those out a little bit bigger, hopefully now it'll go without swimming. Like, why am I focusing on the radio right now? Honestly, it's just to get it up out of the way. Right now it's sitting in there on the table, taking up space, so I want to get it up here. It's up there. We'll have to come back later and try to figure out this wiring situation. It worked. I got to figure out, we got a light on the front, not on the back. I don't know if this is a bulb. I guess it was just loose because now it's on. I have to see if there's an LED LED for that one. Yes. I bought LED lights for the inside. And I've seen them and lost them about 8 times, and I have no idea where they're at now. This one, I don't know, it's one of the first things I did. Like I said, I got them, I don't know what in the heck I did with them. So, anyway, that's working. What I'm gonna do on this one is mount these terminals reason I'm doing this is even if we stop the other electronics on the boat, like it's sitting or whatever, I can shut the rest of the boat off, but I don't want to shut off the refrigerator. So I'm just going to connect this one totally separate. Instead of trying to wire it in like the rest of the stuff, like I say, that way I can shut off everything else draining the battery and just leave this hooked on. And then if I want the cooler, if I'm not using the cooler or whatever, I can turn the rest of the electronics on and leave this disconnected. So that works out a lot better this way. Well, it's officially working. Yeah, it's working. As you can see, I wired that up to that outlet. I'm gonna have to tape that or zip tie it or something to make sure it doesn't wiggle out. But it's working. Alright, so just an update on everything we did today. I took sealant and went around all the windows we put in, and these upper windows as well, and around the hatch. I pretty much used that whole tube. We got this kind of set up. It still needs some tweaking, and like I said, I can't really install that and screw this down until I figure out how I'm going to screw that down, install that. I'm going to have to drill it from the outside, I guess. My other problem is right here. Like I said, we ran that separate set of wires to the battery to run the cooler. The cooler is running, and it's actually cold. I mean, it's not like a refrigerator, but cold enough that, I mean, you can put your drink in there and stuff like that, and it should be okay. But there's that. And like I said, my next thing is figure out what I'm doing here. I got a fan to put behind here to help suck in air to help this circulate a little better. But I want to put the fan on a switch where I can turn it on and off, not so it just runs all the time. I also need to figure out what I'm going to do with the inverter. I am going to need an inverter here, mainly charging for laptops, and I'm still up on the air on the microwave. The thing about the microwave is I have a little stove that I can use here, but use a lot of propane to like heat water and for noodles and stuff like that, when literally with the microwave it's 1 minute. You can get ready to cook little meals in 1 minute and it's done. That's why I was leaning towards the microwave, just because it is more efficient. But yeah, I got to figure out, I'm going to have to get some bigger cables, because I don't think that extension cord is enough from the battery bank back there. So I don't know, still got to figure that one out. But yeah, I want to put a fan. I got a fan, it's in here, but yeah, I want to install that there so that it draws air in, and there's another hole in the back, and then I got to cover this somehow. But I don't know if I'm going to put an inverter there, or I don't have a switch for the fan, so I got to get that. And I also want to put USB outlets and the cigarette outlet right here. But I definitely have to have an inverter to charge the laptops and stuff. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing there. But we sealed around the windows. I ran those cords in the back, got rid of the excess cords that were back there. I put in a little hour meter, or the meter to run, to tell me the hours on the motor. I couldn't really film that. It was so tight in there. There's not really much room to get the camera. I reinstalled the horns I think that might be what those are. Anyway, that pissed me off. I kept ripping the wire. I connected the wires and went up and hit the switch and they worked. I put connectors on all the wires and taped them up all real nice. Now they don't work. So the other thing, we installed and wired in the VHF, so that's done. It's out of the way. It's not a pile on this table anymore. I'm slowly working to get all of my piles taken care of. But overall, I mean, it's hot. I didn't get a lot done today, but I got some done, and I'm proud of that. So we know what we need to do here to figure this out. Yeah, I got to do bottom paint still. It's been raining like every afternoon. That's why I was leery on doing the caulking that I did. But it seems already it's set up pretty good, which is good. So, can't think of anything else. I don't know. A little bit done, not a lot, but pretty happy. We'll see. Like I said, I got to get the bottom painting, and I got to figure out that mess up there. But yeah, I've spent more time cleaning up somebody else's mess than I have actually building and changing. So I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching.